Welcome back to Couch Collectibles. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Today we are looking at which 1976 Lincoln pennies are actually valuable and why. Why are these coins selling for a lot of money? That's what we're going to look at, different types of errors that give these coins value as well as different conditions or high grades. So let's just hop right into it and check out this first coin here. The 1976 D mint mark. Now this coin is solely valuable because it has that high grade of a mint state 67 red. So again, the coin grading scale only goes up to 70. This is at a 67. I've discussed that in many of my other coin videos, and that's why the coin is valuable. This coin sold for nearly $1,000. Now keep in mind, if you have a coin it's all scratched up and beat up, it's not going to sell for anything like that. Unless it has like some type of mint error or it's a very high grade, that's what's going to make it valuable. Now in 1976 they produced over 4 billion of these coins, so they're not rare in terms of how many they actually made, but there are some things that can give them a little bit of value. Now this coin here is a 1976 D mint mark. The coin was struck on a thin planchet and it only weighs 1.69 grams. Something like this is typically supposed to weigh 3.1 grams. So because of that mint error, this penny sold for around $25. So nothing too extremely valuable, but it's a $25 penny. Now here is a 1976 Lincoln cent that has been double struck. So we see that double strike there on the left side of the coin. This coin sold for over $75 because of that mint error and because of its condition. Now next up, I absolutely love die breaks, which are, called cuds. We see that they're above Lincoln's head on this 1976 Lincoln cent, and this penny here sold for around $100 as a result of that. Now on the reverse, you will see it all like faded out in a sense on the opposite side of where that cud is. So keep that in mind. Always be on the lookout for cuds. They can be large like this, they could be even larger, or they could be much smaller and on all kinds of different spots of the coin. It's not just necessarily on the top part of the rim there. Alright, so let's move on here to the 1976 no mint mark. Again, same as the first coin, it's solely valuable because of its high grade of a mint state 68 red, and because of that, this coin sold for over $3,700. $3,700. So super high grades are going to sell for a lot of money in some cases. Not every case, but in this case, $3,000. Now here's a 1976 D mint mark that was struck 60% off center. Now again, you can look for off centers on all kinds of different coins, not just pennies. And because of that mint error, this coin sold for over $60. But honestly, on eBay, if you type in like error coin lot or maybe off center coins, you can buy like a decent amount of them for a fairly good price. Here's another off center, 50% off center, and this penny here sold for over $110. Same thing here, but this coin was struck way more off center. It was struck 80% off center, and because of that, this Lincoln cent sold for over $185. Now here is a 1976 D mint mark. It was struck on a 10-cent planchet. So that's why it's got that clad look, that silver color to it, is because this Lincoln cent was struck essentially on what was supposed to be a Roosevelt dime. Now this coin here sold for over $390. Now same thing here, but this is very interesting. So we have the same exact thing where a 1976 penny was struck on a 10-cent blank planchet. However, this coin was struck on that planchet and it was struck off center, 25% off center to be exact. This coin weighs 2.3 grams and this coin sold for over $800. Now again, in 1976, they produced over 4.6 billion of these coins, so they are not valuable in terms of how many they actually minted. Now here's a 1976 S mint mark. It is the proof coin, so if you haven't seen my proof coin videos, be sure to check those out. This is not like the typical business strike penny that you would find in your everyday pocket change. Not saying that you can't find proof coins in pocket change, because I certainly have, but it's not very common. So for this proof penny here, it's got a very high grade. The coin grading scale goes up to 70. This is at a 69 red, and it has that deep cameo. This penny sold for around $50. So nothing too valuable, but it's 50 bucks. Now let's check out these other pennies that are worth money. The first 1973 penny. Now this is something that you could always look for in your pocket change. It is basically a capped die error taking place here. So the obverse was struck through a capped die. Now I have found one of these. I got it graded. I did show that coin in my PCGS coin review, so definitely go check that video out. This coin here sold for over $140. Nothing really happening there on the back of the penny. Let's move on to a brockage error taking place. So this is an obverse brockage. Obverse meaning the front of the coin if you guys are new to coin collecting. And this error coin is very noticeable. You would definitely notice something like this in pocket change or in a coin roll from the bank. And this penny sold for over $220. Next up is a very corroded and dirty penny here. You can definitely see that, but it is a mint error coin, and it is a partial brockage with a broad strike. So we can definitely see that there in the image displayed. This penny here sold for a little over $20. So if it was in better condition, of course, it probably would have sold for a little bit more money. But let's move on to a 1973 D mint mark. So this coin is solely valuable because of its high grade of a mint state 67 red. So keep that in mind. If you're not familiar with coin grading, be sure to watch my coin grading videos where I better explain that. This coin sold for over $4,900. Now, if we move on to another 1973D, this coin here has a uniface reverse, and we can see that here in the image displayed. You can't really make out the design of the coin that much. You can see, you know, the Lincoln Memorial there, but not much more of the coin design. Now, this penny here only sold for around $80. But let's move on to another 1973D, which I've shown this in another video. This is an obverse die break, so we see that cud taking place there on the whole left side of the coin. Now this penny here has a really large cud, so those are probably going to be a little more sought after than a little, you know, small cud taking place on the coin. But this coin sold for over $450 US. Now for a silver looking penny, however this penny is not silver, it was struck on a 10-cent planchet. So it was struck on a US dime, a Roosevelt dime, and that's what gives it that silver coloration. Now these are going to be really hard to come by. That's why you gotta look and search through those coin rolls from the bank. This coin sold for over $450 as well. Now if we look at another penny from 1973, this coin has the obverse that has been struck through a broken capped die. So very cool capped die coin here. Really awesome. I love this penny. This coin sold for over $470. For the 1973 no mint mark, this is similar to the other high graded coin that we looked at, but that was the D mint mark. This is solely valuable again because of its high grade of a mint state 67 red, and this penny sold for over $3,700. Now here is another capped die coin, a 1973 Lincoln penny. You can see that there on the front of the coin, and then here on the reverse you see that it looks pretty normal. This penny sold for a little over $25. So you really want to look for the different types of errors on your pennies. Alright, so for the 1970S large date, you want to look for not even doubling, you want to look for tripling. You can see it here on the word Liberty as well as on the date 1970 itself. So that is one thing that you definitely want to look for on the large date 1970S. Now here's an example of that coin, the large date DDO double die obverse 1970S, and this coin sold for over $10,000. $10,000. Now here is doubling on the 1970S small date, and you can see that taking place on the word Liberty as well. If we look at a small date penny from 1970, now you will see this one is a proof coin, graded at a proof 69 deep cameo. So it is a very high graded coin, just about as high as you can get since the coin grading scale only goes up to 70. Now this coin here, because of the high grade, sold for over $8,200. Now here's an error coin, a 1970S error penny. Now, this one here sold on eBay. It's not graded by a grading company or anything like that. It's sold as is with this error for over $50. So this is super simple to look for in your pocket change. If you ever do come across something like this, definitely will make a profit on it. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle, check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I'll see you on the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.